Hi there, welcome to episode 6 of Empathic Action. Today we're going to take a look at the simple act of kindness. This was inspired by a conversation I had with some friends on Monday evening when we were on a group Zoom chat. A friend told me that earlier in the week she went to the grocery store and acknowledged and thanked the work of the cashier. And the cashier was just so touched by it. She had tears in her eyes because people had been rude to her and just sort of, expressing sort of the really yucky side of humanity as people are walking around stressed in the world. So she was just really touched by that really simple act of kindness. And that reminded me of something that I experienced years and years and years ago when I first started researching empathy, where I was looking for ways throughout my day to engage in empathic action at sort of like a micro level to sort of test out the theory. And I remember being in the lineup at a FedEx during the holiday season, so a long queue, sort of 30 minutes before we all had smartphones and distractions. And by the time I got up to the customer care agent, I was, kind of annoyed. But the woman who greeted me was, really rude. And that always provides, it's sort of like the perfect storm for, a customer to up the ante. And regrettably, in the past, I had done that when that sort of situation occurred. Customer's always right kind of mantra. But that day I decided to flex some empathic action muscles, and I just paused for a second and asked her, "Are you okay?" And that little opening gave her the chance to share that her child was homesick and that she caught whatever he had and was working double shifts and hadn't had lunch that day. It was already 3 p.m. and that people were just being really unnecessarily rude. And so she also got tearied up. And the whole idea there was that just that moment of asking how she was provided her a space to sort of show up as a human being. And we had this really very short exchange. I asked her if I could get her a tea at the food court, and she said yes. So that was an important lesson for me, that when people offer kindness, that it also is important to accept the kindness. And that has stayed with me all these years later, that moment where, it could have just been a circumstance where somebody behaved rudely and then it just disintegrated from there. But instead, there was an opportunity for human connection and a little moment where she felt cared for. And so I guess today's video is really to highlight the opportunity that we all have wandering around. I know we're confined to our homes, but if we're going out for a walk, we can greet people. There are people who are delivering things just to say thanks for your service. I was out this morning and the recycling truck was going by, and I brought my daughter over and said, let's say thanks for your service. And it just put some smiles on their faces. So I think there are ways that we can make a special effort to be extra kind to people under circumstances where I think a lot of bad behavior is showing up because we're scared. We all have the opportunity to be kind, especially in the face of so much stress and uncertainty. So thanks for watching and have a great day. See you tomorrow.